Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be about eyeshadow palettes. Yay! So I have a lot, and I do mean a lot, of eyeshadow palettes that I own, and I will probably get more in the future, but for now this is what I own and love. So some of these are my sister's, some of these are mine, but we share anyway, so I'm just going to show you all of them in this video, which is going to be a lot of fun. So without further ado, let's get started. So the first palette I want to show, now if you are from Australia, you may know this brand called Sports Girl. Love it with a passion. Love Sports Girl. Always have, always will. And they do a beauty line, like a beauty collection, which is where which sometimes I do get most of my makeup from, like lipsticks and stuff like that. So I have a lot of Sports Girl palettes. So the first one is from Sports Girl, and this is called the Endless Summer Eyeshadow Palette. Couldn't speak there for a second. And it looks like this. I love the color story in this. I love the glitters. I love the maroons. I think it's a lovely palette for summer. And also, if you wanted to, you could use like these for like highlight and stuff like that. Yeah, love that one. Great first palette. Great palette. The second one is also from Sports Girl, and this is the Cherry Eyeshadow Palette, and it looks like this. Now this is a palette I love using in winter. It's currently, it just turned spring down here in Australia, but it's really good for like winter, and if you want to be like dark. I say dark. I love the color story. This is my favorite color. I love this glitter. I love this glitter. I just love all of it. It's a great palette. Great palette. Oh, amazing palette. The next one is also from Sports Girl. As I said, I have a lot of Sports Girl palettes, so bear with me with that. But this is the Star in Her Eyes Celestial Eyeshadow Palette. I think I pronounced it right. And these are the colors, which we've used a lot, but it's a really pretty palette. Sorry, most of my palettes are dirty because of how much I use them. But yeah, and I'll show you on the back. There are all the colors, all the names. Love this palette, love this palette. Great palette. The next palette I actually got given, I don't know what this is called, but this is an Urban Decay palette. Palette de, I'm not even going to try and pronounce it, but it looks like, oh, there we go. It looks like this. Very weird. If you own this, it is a very weird like concept of doing that to get your eyeshadows. But either way, these are really pretty. I'm just a sucker for glitter. Like a sucker for glitter. So we'll get that back in. Oh, see what I mean? It's a bit flimsy, but hey, I'm not here to judge. Try not to break it. So that, very nice palette. I like that palette. The next palette I want to show is another Urban Decay palette, which is the Naked Heat palette. This palette I love to death, of course, in summer. Like, look at all those beautiful warm tones. Disclaimer, I own a lot of brown eyeshadow because I think it just makes my eyes pop more, but whatever. This is like a really pretty palette for summer as well, also for winter, basically for any time of the month, any season, if you like. The next palette is another Urban Decay palette, which is the Naked 3 palette. I love this palette, mainly, if I can open it, there we go, mainly because of all these pretty like pinks and like pastels and stuff like that. I used this palette for a makeup project last year, I think, and it was for a wedding, like a wedding basically. It was for a wedding makeup look, and I thought that if we use using these like kind of palettes on your wedding, like these colors on your wedding day, makes your eyes pop more, and then you don't look as like heavy and like glam. But you can use whatever. But I love this palette. Great palette. The next palette, which, oh, there we go, I'll show you, is the Too Faced Sweet Peach palette. I always wanted this palette the minute it, like the day it came out. Like, look at it. Really pretty color story. Just, oh, it smells incredible. Nearly hit myself in the face. Love the mirror. I love the design of it with all like the peaches and the pink and the orange. Really good palette. Really good palette. It's been my everyday palette for like a good, like for a while. The next palette I'm going to show you is basically a Morphe palette. As I said, this is my sister's palette, but I thought I'd show it anyway with all like this is a really pretty palette, and I know like it's not controversy, but like just with Morphe in general. Oh, there I am. Hey. But I do love the color story of it. It's good for like, oops, smudged my finger in it. It's good for like every day, like if you just want to like put on not a whole heap of like eyeshadow, but like just enough that you can see it. Really, really nice palette. Oh, I don't want, they're all kind of falling at my legs right now. The next palette is this little MAC palette. I'll open it anyway. You can see all the cute little colors. Yeah, it's a really, really, really cute palette. Oh, there we go. I like the little design. It's good for when you, I think like you want to travel, like, you know, when you want to travel and you're like, I don't want to take a big palette, but really, really nice. Put you up there. So this palette, I don't know the name of it. It's called, doesn't have a name, but on the back it says 120 color palette. My sister actually painted the front of it, which is cool. If I can open it. Why are some eyeshadows so hard to open? Oh, okay. I don't know whether I can show inside because everything is literally going to fall out. But you know what? You get the picture. It's 120 colors. It's like a rainbow. I'll show the front though. Really, really pretty palette. I'm going to put that behind me. So, the next palette I have, this is from Crown Brushes, which actually, how can I say? While doing my makeup course, I got given brushes for the course, and Crown Brushes is actually the brand that gave them. They gave them to us. So this is the 35 color Back to Basics eyeshadow palette, which I bought because of this. So it's 35 colors of just basics. It's literally just basic colors. Like I do tend to like maybe use the green or the purple, but it's a really cute palette. I think it's actually a really good palette if you're starting off like with makeup, if you're getting into makeup and you're like, I don't know what to do, like I don't know what to use. Definitely like go for something like this, because then you've got a few colors here, and then if you want to branch out, then you can branch out. So, oh my goodness. I have to get the other box. I have two boxes of eyeshadows. So the next palette I'm going to show you is the one I actually used today on my eyes, which is like a bit of brown, a bit of like bluey green. Is another sports girl palette. It's another sports girl palette, but I fell in love with this palette the minute I saw it because of this. So I fell in love with all the browns. I fell in love with the blue and the green, which I've put on my eyes today. I honestly think it's a lovely palette. Look at this mirror. You can see me in it. It's a really big mirror. And yeah, and what I love about Sports Girl Beauty, they give like little like tutorials on the back, so you can try like this one, or this one. Really, really good. Really good palette. Love it to death. Love it. So, oh goodness, I have a lot in here. All right, the next palette I want to show is this one. This is the Maddie Ziegler Imagination palette. So my sister bought this for herself. Sorry, I saw a bird outside. And this is why. Like, these colors are just really, really pretty. Again, you've got the, I know it's a lot, like a lot of my eyeshadow palettes have a lot of browns and then a few colors, but that's what I like. I like those types of colors. Like, these three are beautiful. Like, all of it's beautiful. Like, all of it. I've used this a couple times. I really like the shimmers. Like, I love this pink shimmer, and I love this and this. I love all of it. And I used to watch Dance Moms like a lot. I used to love Dance Moms. So when I heard Maddie Ziegler was making a palette, I thought, I gotta buy it. We have to buy it. We've got to buy it. So the next palette I'm going to show you is the Morphe and Jeffree Star palette. I actually got this for Christmas last year from my sister. Oh my god, if I can open it. As I said, eyeshadow palettes are hard to open. I love the color story. It's really with Jeffree's brand, I think. And I know with everything happening at the moment, but I am a makeup fanatic, so I love it. I love all this. I love the pinks. I love the greens. These like glitters are like insane. Like insane. This was like my everyday palette for a while because I was like, I want to get use out of it. And I still will get use out of it. Great palette. Great palette. So the next palette I wanted to show, ow, is the Jaclyn Hill and Morphe palette. This palette I used throughout Christmas season last year mainly because of all the browns again. Like all the looks I made with this, which was like insane. Yeah, so basically throughout Christmas I used this palette. I think because I really did like all the browns in it, like all like the different nudes, and then they had like, you know, the couple of like blues and purples, which if I really wanted to I could add. Didn't really, because I wasn't too confident with my makeup, but we're getting better. And I used this on a couple of my friends as well, and they said they really liked it, so it's good. It's good. So this palette I bought right before the controversy happened. Oops, oh, that scared me. Right before everything happened with Jeffree and Shane and everything, and you may know what it is. This is the conspiracy palette. I bought this for my sister before her 18th birthday this year. Yeah, and it was right before the controversy. And I'm like, well, I can't really return it, but it's a good palette. Look, it's really pretty. Besides the yellow, which I don't know if I'll ever wear, but as I said, it's pretty. Like, you know, the glitters you can use for highlight, like if you want to, or not. I did really like the design. I watched all of Jeffree and Shane's documentary on the palette. I wanted to buy the whole collection, but I didn't have any money. So I bought this one. Yeah. No, it's a real, I know with all the controversy, but it's a great palette. It's a good palette. So, the last palette I will be showing today is Morphe and James Charles. I think this is like the first like proper influencer palette that my sister and I bought. Like she bought this, I bought the Jaclyn Hill one. But you can't deny that this palette is amazing. Like, come on, it has all like the different colors, all like this pink. Like I love like all like, you honestly cannot deny that it's a good palette. Like my sister uses like the big one here for like highlight. I like to use it sometimes if I want to bring a pop of color to my eyes, all that. But it's such a good palette. And that is all my eyeshadow palettes so far. If I buy more, I will probably make another video saying like what else I bought. But yeah, that's all I've got time for today. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a big thumbs up. And I would love it if you would like and subscribe, because I will be making more videos as I said. I love doing this. This is something I want to pursue. Fingers crossed. Also, if you want to, you can follow me on my Instagram down below and my Twitter as well. And if you want to, I do have a TikTok. I will link everything down below. And yes, so thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I hope I made your day a little bit better. And I will see you all next time. Bye.